we'll be getting this case. Number one, we'll be charge sheeting this case quickly. We have the right persons. We are convinced of that. We have sufficient evidence to show they have that these are the right persons. So the charge sheet will follow very soon, and after the charge sheet, the trial will begin quickly. So we are going to have an expeditious trial. Our request will be for a day-to-day trial, and we'll be asking for the maximum penalty. The maximum penalty in this case is life imprisonment. Considering the aggravated circumstances, we believe that we'll be justified in asking for life imprisonment. At the same time, while we have taken note of the fact that the Delhi police have done great work in investigating this case, which started as a blind case. With very few clues, they have managed to crack the case. So we have complimented the Delhi police. At the same time, the Home Minister took a meeting. Then yesterday, I went to the Delhi police headquarters and I had a meeting with all the officers. And we discussed ways and means of cracking down on crime, on petty crime, on gundagardi, on dadagiri, whatever. And our intention is that people will see and people will experience a regime where infraction of law, no matter how minor, is come down upon. So anybody who is thinking, basically we are not going to, this is going to be a place where any gundagardi or any dadagiri will be swiftly and promptly punished. Now I'll request the police commissioner to brief you about the progress of the case.
As Honorable Union Home Secretary has already said, that the case to begin with was a totally blind case. Going by sketchy details given by the person who was with the lady who had been assaulted, we shortlisted 370 white-colored contract carriage buses, and based on the video footage that we got from a nearby guest house, we were able to track down the bus, and within 18 hours of the incident, we had the bus and its driver, whose name is Ram Singh, who is 35 years of age. After interrogating him, when we confronted him with various other facts, he accepted his guilt and he gave the names of his other co-accused. So the same evening, we managed to arrest Pawan Gupta, Vinay Kumar, and two of them. The fourth accused, Mukesh, who is the own brother of Ram Singh, he had left Delhi. He was tracked down to a place called Karoli in Rajasthan and brought to Delhi on the 18th. Last night we have also arrested the fifth accused, who is a juvenile, so we cannot give any further details as per the Supreme Court guidelines. Arrest parties are close on the
One amendment. Who claims he is a juvenile? We are going to have him tested to check whether he is actually a juvenile or not.
Arrest parties are close on the heels of Akshay Kumar alias Thakur, who is a resident of Aurangabad district in Bihar, and we are hopeful that we'll get him very, very soon. So a totally blind case has been worked out in record time. We have called in CFSL team, we have pressed their services, and all forensic evidence from the bus and from the place where the two were found, the two injured people were found. We have collected samples and we are very hopeful that based on circumstantial evidence, oral evidence, TIP, as well as most importantly, the forensic evidence, will be able to secure conviction of these 6 accused. We have also added section 307, which is attempt to murder, to the other sections which were, included initially. As far as the action that of the police response is concerned, the police control room van reached the spot within 4 minutes of the receipt of the information, and they carried the injured. They got bed sheets from a nearby guest house and took them to the hospital and got them admitted. It is on account of the swift action by the PCR and the swift response time that we were able to get timely medical help to the injured. The subsequent action that we need to take, what is the proactive action that the Delhi police takes with regard to women's safety? Quite a few of you already know about them, but I'll just, sir, if you permit, I'll,
Yes.
or maybe.
But a couple of things I would like to add. Number one, this was a chartered bus. That means this was a contract carriage. It was not supposed to pick up passengers. It was not supposed to ply as a stagecoach. We have cracked down on all such cases. I told the concerned traffic officers and a large transport officers and a large number of such buses which are actually contract carriages but which were illegally plying, they have been impounded, and believe you me, they will remain impounded. We propose to sort of auction them after sort of getting the court orders or whatever. The licenses, etc., of course, will be cancelled. Other things, now this will go. That means we are going to check every bus, whether it's a DTC bus or whether it is a bus on, affiliated with a DTC or whatever, or a contract bus, whatever. Every bus must display the photograph of the driver, the cleaner. The driver and the cleaner must be verified by the police. If not, that bus does not ply. Similarly, the auto driver, the taxi driver, they must have verification, have police verification, must be verified by the police, and they must have that PSV, public service badge, otherwise they do not fly. Any misbehavior by any bus driver, any taxi driver, any auto driver, complaint to us will result in prompt action, and we'll make sure that he does not fly and the vehicle is impounded. That is what is going to happen. I think Neeraj will give you the figures of the number of buses which we have already impounded. So we are going to crack down. And of course, tinted glasses, any bus with tinted glasses is out, and that goes. And the number of buses have already been seized. I think that runs in some thousands. We have already seized. Any vehicle with tinted glasses goes. The checking on people with drinking and driving is going to be much more stringent. And we are already testing all the bus drivers and as well, apart of course from auto drivers and taxi drivers. And drinking and loitering or moving around, drinking and moving around on cars with, is out. Any loitering and misbehavior is out. We are going to have plainclothes people moving around. We are going to have plainclothes people on buses, especially buses which on routes which women use or which girls use. And we hope to catch some people. We hope to catch anybody who thinks that he is a dada, he is a don or a gunda or whatever. Uh, Basically, I think that is something which we will implement and which you will see. Thank you. Neeraj, you want to
The Honorable
steps about what you are taking?
The Honorable Court in May 2012 had ordered prosecution of vehicles with tinted glasses. Till 15th December 2012, we have prosecuted 2,61,173 vehicles of various categories, and local police have persuaded 2,875 residents of their areas to remove films on their own. Over and above this, following the High Court's observations in the wake of this incident on 19/12/2012, a total of 729 vehicles were prosecuted for this offence on 19th December itself, and 181 out of which were buses and 548 were cars and taxis. Beat officers removed films of 464 vehicles in their respective jurisdictions. Entry of vehicles from other states into Delhi are being checked at the borders, and all such vehicles which are carrying tinted glasses are being turned back. They will be allowed only when the tinted glasses have been removed. Action has also been taken against chartered buses picking up passengers unauthorizedly from bus stops. As many as 1,699 buses have been prosecuted till 15/12/2012 for picking up passengers unauthorizedly. On 19/12/2012 itself, 142 chartered buses were prosecuted for violation of permit conditions. So there is a crackdown on all chartered buses trying to pass off as public carriageways. In addition to this, as was pointed out by the Union Home Secretary, we have tied up with the Transport Department of the Delhi government, and we are trying to put in place a very strict regime in this whole business of giving permits to people, this whole business of their having unverified drivers, cleaners, and other support staff. They will all have to be verified by the police, and only then can they be given permits, only then can they be given the permission to drive these vehicles and be given what are called public service vehicle badges. So the regime that we intend to put in place is going to be very, very strict. Honorable Union Home Secretary has also directed the Transport Department of the Delhi government that if anyone from other parts of the country comes with a license, driving license, and is driving a public transport bus, he has to be put through a fresh test so that the transport authorities are satisfied that he is fit enough to ply in the capital.
Now, we'll repeat the same thing in Hindi for the, जो 4 एक्यूज गिरफ्तार पहले हुए थे, उसके अतिरिक्त एक और एक्यूज पकड़ा गया है. एक एक्यूज बचता है जो कि आइडेंटिफाइड है, जो भागा हुआ है. हमारी टीम्स उसके पीछे लगे हुए हैं और हम लोग को विश्वास है कि हम लोग उसको जल्दी ही पकड़ लेंगे. जैसा कि सरकार ने पहले बताया है कि हम लोग रिक्वेस्ट करेंगे फास्ट ट्रैक कोर्ट के लिए. सबूत हमारे पास जितने हैं वो पुख्ते हैं, पक्के हैं, इसीलिए हम इसको जल्दी ही चार्जशीट कर देंगे और हम लोग इसमें डे टू डे ट्रायल मांगेंगे और मुझे विश्वास है कि हम लोग डे टू डे ट्रायल हम लोगों को ग्रांट होगा. चूंकि ये एग्रीवेटेड केस है, बहुत सीरियस केस है, इसीलिए इसमें हम लोगों की मंशा है कि हम लोग मैक्सिमम पनिशमेंट की मांग करेंगे. इस धारा के अंतर्गत मैक्सिमम पनिशमेंट है लाइफ इम्प्रिजनमेंट, वो मांग करेंगे. उसके अतिरिक्त धारा 307 भी लगाई गई है, क्योंकि इसको अटेम्प्ट टू मर्डर हम लोग मानते हैं। और मुझे विश्वास है कि हम लोग जल्दी ही इसमें कन्विक्शन प्राप्त कर लेंगे। इसके अतिरिक्त यहाँ के जो यहाँ का जो सिस्टम है, इसका रिव्यू किया गया है। यह एक चार्टर्ड बस था, अर्थात यह एक कॉन्ट्रैक्ट कैरेज था, जिसको कि स्टेज कैरेज के रूप में काम करने की मनाही थी, यानी कि पैसेंजर पिकअप करने की मनाही थी। ये पैसेंजर पिकअप कर रहा था। तो हम लोग का यह शक हुआ कि ऐसा और भी करते होंगे। इसका हम लोगों ने ड्राइव चलाया और करीब 1600 ऐसे बसेस को हम लोगों ने इम्पाउंड कर लिया है। वो बसेस छोड़े नहीं जाएंगे। इसके अतिरिक्त हमारे ड्राइव चल रहा है, जितने बसेस या जितनी गाड़ियां हैं टिंटेड ग्लासेस की, उनके खिलाफ, जितने ड्राइवर्स हैं अगर वो वेरीफाइड नहीं है उसके खिलाफ, जितने ड्राइवर्स हैं और क्लीनर्स हैं और हेल्पर्स हैं उनका फोटोग्राफ इत्यादि होना चाहिए। हमने रिक्वेस्ट किया है ट्रांसपोर्ट डिपार्टमेंट से कि किसी को भी लाइसेंस देने से पहले या परमिट देने से पहले उसका वेरिफिकेशन आवश्यक है और उसको वो लोग लागू करेंगे। जो रूट्स हैं जो जहां पर कि ज्यादा लोग ये ट्रैवल करते हैं, लेडीज लोग ट्रैवल करती हैं, उस पर हम लोग विशेष निगरानी रखेंगे। हमारे प्लेन क्लोथ्स में भी लोग चलेंगे उस पर। और ये पूरे यहाँ पर लॉ एंड ऑर्डर सिस्टम में हम लोग अब मतलब कि और कड़ाई अभी करने वाले हैं। जो भी लोग शराब पी करके गाड़ी चलाने वाले के खिलाफ और सख्त कार्रवाई होगी। ऑलरेडी हम चेकिंग कर रहे थे, इस चेकिंग को हम इंटेंसिफाई करेंगे और गाड़ियां इंपाउंड हो जाएंगी, सिर्फ फाइन होकर के छोड़ेंगे नहीं। लाइसेंस सस्पेंड हो जाएंगे, लाइसेंस हो सकता है कैंसिल हो जाए, मिले नहीं। इसके अतिरिक्त कोई भी गुंडागर्दी, कोई भी दादागिरी, इस पर हम लोग क्रैकडाउन करेंगे। होम मिनिस्टर ने एक मीटिंग दिया था, हमने जाकर के एक मीटिंग दी और ये हम लोग अपने पुलिसिंग को और सख्त बनाने वाले हैं। जो जितने ये प्लेसेस हैं ऑफ वर्क जहां पर कि लेडीज काम करती हैं या रात में आती हैं, उनको डायरेक्शन है कि वो लेडीज को अपने डोर स्टेप तक ड्रॉप कर दें। जितने पेइंग गेस्ट अकोमोडेशन या हॉस्टल्स हैं उसका भी वेरिफिकेशन, सिक्योरिटी वेरिफिकेशन किया गया है। उसमें क्या क्या खामियां हैं और क्या क्या सिस्टम से इंप्रूवमेंट चाहिए, यह पुलिस ने उनको बताई है। इसके अतिरिक्त जो भी मतलब कि ऐसे ऑटो ड्राइवर हैं, टैक्सी ड्राइवर हैं, इन सब का वेरिफिकेशन अगर नहीं हुआ है तो वो गाड़ी नहीं चलाएंगे। वेरिफिकेशन आवश्यक है। धन्यवाद। और हाँ, अब कोई सवाल होगा जो पूछना चाहिए। नंबर बताइएगा रीजन में और कितने चार्जशीट हुए। ये वाला केस तो आपने प्रॉपर्टी चार्जशीट कर दिया है, बाकी पिछले साल के जितने केसेस हुए उसमें कितने में चार्जशीट हुआ और कितने लोगों का चार्जशीट हुआ ये बताइएगा। और इस केस में सिंस यू आर टॉकिंग स्पेसिफिकली अबाउट दिल्ली, could you please tell us, are you communicating with other union territories and states? Because there is the situation is not so good in other metros and other cities as well. The figures regarding charge sheets, etc., that will be taken out, that will be given to you, and the people arrested. As far as the situation regarding crime against women is concerned, we have already sent a number of advisories that we have sent. We had sent earlier also. Now we'll send again. But it's not that the situation in our country is though I think such comparisons are meaningless. When you compare your country with other countries on a per capita basis, that is meaningless. But nonetheless, it is not that we are very badly off. That's not true. I think the Times of India published those figures today as well, comparative data. But that apart, I'm not on that. Basically, yes, we have sent advisories. We'll send more advisories, and the figures he'll give you. एक मिनट, वन आंसर। कितने केसेस में कितने चार्जशीट हो गए?
एग्जैक्ट फिगर्स कितने चार्जशीट हुए वो नहीं है, लेकिन उन तमाम केसेस में जिसमें लोग गिरफ्तार हुए हैं उनकी चार्जशीट हम लोग 60 दिनों के अंदर कर देते हैं, ठीक है ना। और पिछले साल 564 केसेस हुए थे रेप के अप टू 15 दिसंबर. This time the figures are 661. 661. So there is an increase, but you have to see it in the perspective of the rising population, number one, and number two, contrary to the popular belief that women are not coming forward to lodge reports. The very fact that these figures are high, that means more and more women are feeling empowered and feeling the strength to come forward and lodge reports.
लेकिन क्या है, हमारे एक ही क्या स्थिति है और दूसरी चीज कि लोगों का जो गुस्सा जो सड़कों पर फूट रहा है दिल्ली की सड़कों पर, उसके लिए क्या? और आपने ये कहा कि मैक्सिमम उम्र कैद मांगेंगे, लोग मौत की सजा मांग रहे हैं, तो क्या मतलब ये उसके लिए कोई सरकार विचार कर रही है?
मैक्सिमम सजा तो कानून के अनुसार ही हम मांग सकते हैं. इस कानून में, इस धारा में मैक्सिमम सजा लाइफ इम्प्रिजनमेंट है. तो ये हम लोग लाइफ इम्प्रिजनमेंट ही मैक्सिमम सजा मांग रहे हैं. और विक्टिम की जो स्थिति है, हम लोगों ने एक ग्रुप सेटअप किया है जो कि रेगुलरली टच में है. कल हम गए थे पुलिस हेडक्वार्टर्स में, तो हमने उस ग्रुप से कहा था कि जो भी असिस्टेंस की जरूरत होगी वो हम लोग देंगे, वॉट एवर बी द फाइनेंशियल रिक्वायरमेंट. जो हमको बताया गया कि कंडीशन स्टेबल है. जो कंसर्न ऑफिसर हैं वो भी यही हैं, बता देंगे शायद. बुला
एक घटना घटी है, एक घटना जो काफी हाईलाइट हो गया है. कल जो है एक बच्चे के साथ, दूसरी बच्ची थी उसके प्लेस में उसका घटना घटी, उस पर आपने क्या कार्रवाई की है? इस पर आपने चार्जशीट फाइल कर लिया, उसकी मौत की उम्र कैद करवा रहे हैं. कल वो बेचारी नन्ही सी बच्ची, इसके हस्बैंड ने जो प्लेस को चलाती है, उसके हस्बैंड ने क्या, उस पर आपने क्या कार्रवाई किया?
उसको गिरफ्तार कर लिया गया, अक्यूज गिरफ्तार कर लिया गया है. और रेप केस में जैसे 60 दिन के अंदर चार्जशीट होती है, तो 60 दिन के अंदर वो चार्जशीट.
क्या इस 96 बच्ची के साथ
देखिए, अगर आप दो चीजें हैं, मैंने पहले भी अपने प्रेस कॉन्फ्रेंस में कहा है, अगर आप रेप इन जनरल की बात करेंगे तो बहुत सारी चीजें ऐसी कहनी पड़ेंगी जो उतनी उचित नहीं लगेंगी इस मौके पर. आप लोगों को मालूम नहीं, नन्ही सी बच्चियों के साथ आपको सुनकर हैरत होगी. बहुत सारे केसेस होते हैं और वो केसेस होते हैं घर के अंदर. उसके आंकड़े अखबार के कुछ सेक्शन से आए हुए हैं और मैं यहाँ उनको दोहराना नहीं चाहता हूँ. केवल 4% से बल्कि कम ऐसे केसेस होते हैं जहां पर स्ट्रेंजर्स इन्वॉल्व होते हैं. ज्यादातर लोग उनके जानने वाले हैं. अगर मैं उसकी फिगर्स आपको देने लगूं, इतने घिनौने फिगर्स हैं जिससे फादर्स इन्वॉल्व हैं, ब्रदर्स इन्वॉल्व हैं, कजन्स इन्वॉल्व हैं.
और इसके अलावा देखिए, ये कल हुआ तो इसमें इन्वेस्टिगेशन होगा, तो गिरफ्तारी भी हो गई, तो ये प्रॉम्प्ट कार्रवाई हुई. लेकिन कोई भी इंसिडेंट होता है तो हम लोग कोई नहीं चाहेंगे कि कोई इनोसेंट को पकड़ के बंद कर दे. सबसे आसान काम है ये आप लोग समझ लीजिए, सबसे आसान काम पुलिस के लिए है कि अगर कोई इंसिडेंट हुआ, हल्ला हो रहा है, आप 10 आदमी को, इनोसेंट हो या कुछ हो, 10 आदमी को पकड़ के बंद कर दिए कि हमने पकड़ लिया. लेकिन वो तो इनोसेंट आदमी ये होगा ना. लेकिन तो वैसे हम लोग नहीं करेंगे. अब वैसे हम कहेंगे नहीं पुलिस को करने के लिए, लेकिन इस मामले में पुलिस ऑलरेडी गिरफ्तारी कर चुकी है. जी, आपने
सवाल है, दिल्ली हाईकोर्ट ने आपने जो स्टेटस
एक जहां तक हमको याद है, अगर हम लोग कोई क्रम फॉलो नहीं, इफ वी डोंट फॉलो एनी सॉर्ट ऑफ then that will lead to a split. So let's go fairly. Now I saw the lady raise her hand first. So let her not be.
I have a question to Delhi Police Commissioner.
Yes.
This is the worst kind of rape case Delhi has ever witnessed. Being a woman, I feel now unsafe in Delhi, although I am residing here for 10 years. Do you take the moral responsibility and offer to resign?
No, just a minute. No, just a minute. As far as this thing is concerned, this is an incident which has shocked all of us. We have to be fair and we have to understand that the police has done outstanding work in investigating and catching the culprits. That, what a citizen wants, a citizen knows, every citizen knows that till so long as there are evil people in this world, somewhere or the other some crime will happen. The assurance they want is that number one, it must be investigated and it must be prosecuted and the guilty must be brought to justice. Now that is what has been done here. So that I think is something which needs to be appreciated. Yes, you are asking something. No, just hold on. We'll go one by one.
दिल्ली हाईकोर्ट ने जो आपकी स्टेटस कोड आप लोगों ने फाइल की थी उस पर काफी नाराजगी जताई है। हाईकोर्ट ने बोला है कि पुलिस उस वक्त ड्यूटी पर जिस जगह घटना हुई वहां पर दिखी नहीं पुलिस, और आपने ये भी नहीं बताया कि कौन कौन वहां पर ड्यूटी कर रहा था। तो
मैं बताता हूँ। No supplementary will come. You will get your chance. Arunima, you will get your chance. Otherwise, what will happen is that, as I said, if there is no order, then a person who can sort of shout the loudest will get a chance. That's not good. Now, coming to your question. वहां पर घटना के तुरंत बाद मेरे ख्याल से 5 मिनट के अंदर, आप करेक्ट करेंगे हमको, 4 मिनट के अंदर पुलिस वैन्स पहुंच गई, 2 पीसीआर वैन्स पहुंच गई तुरंत। ये घटना हुई बस जो चल रही थी, लगातार चल रही थी, वो उस रोड पर जिन रोड पर चल रही थी उस रोड पर बहुत ट्रैफिक था। किसी ने देखा नहीं कि बस के अंदर क्या हो रहा है, इसलिए नहीं देख भी नहीं सकते थे कि बस के अंदर क्या हो रहा है। बस के अंदर क्या होता है ये कोई देख सकता है क्या? लेकिन घटना के जैसे ही सूचना मिली 5 मिनट के अंदर पहुंच गई पुलिस, 5 मिनट के अंदर उनके पीसीआर वैन्स पहुंच गए। देख अब अरुणिमा,
Let's go one by one. I'll just give you So first and foremost, you're now talking about having plainclothes policemen to check on drinking and loitering. Most of the girls in Delhi are asking, why do you wait for this horrific gang rape to take this action? Why wasn't it taken earlier? Question number 2, you are calling this a blind case, and it seems Delhi police is on a defensive in defending its action. But it's not really a blind case, is it? Because the friend of the victim had given you half the license number of the bus, had told you what the curtain was, had told you it had Yadav travels. Why is Delhi police on the defensive in this case?
There is no reason for the Delhi police to be defensive. As I said, the Delhi police have managed to investigate this case promptly and bring 5 of the 6. Calmly, if you think, calmly, dispassionately, if we think, any case which is investigated and the real culprits have been discovered in 1 day or 2 days, I think there's outstanding work done by the police. So this has happened here. So there's no reason for the Delhi police to be defensive. Now, Neeraj the police commissioner will tell you about the process of the investigation and what they got from the boy. From what I understand, what they got from the boy was that it was a white bus. That apart from that, the boy could, I mean, he will correct me because my impression is from a report which I read, I think day before yesterday, when it happened. The statement which they got from the boy did not say that it was a bus with Yadav written on it. What the statement said was, as far as I recall, that it was a white bus. Now from that, they started checking up white buses, etc. And they started going around looking at feeds of video cameras on the various joints, eating joints, etc. on that road. And they came across one clip which vaguely showed some part of word Yadav. And then they felt that this might be it. Neeraj will narrate, please.
As I said, the boy was also injured. He was disoriented. but in spite of that, he gave us sketchy description of the bus. One thing he was very clear about was that it was a white bus. And immediately we started checking white buses, white chartered buses. He also said that it was a deluxe bus. So we began to focus on that category of buses. As the investigation progressed, it appeared that there is a certain bodybuilder, bus bodybuilder in West Delhi, where ordinary buses get converted into deluxe buses. Even there we went. Meanwhile, almost parallelly, these video footage of the guest houses on that road was being examined. The video footage we have shared with the media. You would appreciate that even there it was a very, very, it's a very blurred image, very, very faint. But we could piece together that it is Yadav. Then we tracked down one person who was also Yadav. He said that, well, it is not my bus, but it could be so-and-so Yadav's bus. And then we went and located that bus. And not only the bus, the driver also.
I'll leave it to Neelam. She can handle it. But
So my second question is answered.
now about yeah, okay.
You asked about patrolling.
I asked, why did you wait for so long?
No. There is no question of wait. We have plainclothes patrolling. We do cover buses, but in the wake of this incident, this, as the Union Home Secretary has said, we have further intensified this patrolling.
सर मेरा क्वेश्चन है सर आपने कहा कि सारे ड्राइवर्स का टैक्सी ऑटो हो या बस पब्लिक ट्रांसपोर्ट के जितने ड्राइवर्स है कंडक्टर से उनका वेरिफिकेशन होगा उनके फोटो लगाए जाएंगे और मोबाइल नंबर वगैरह जो भी है वो क्या आपको लगता है ये सब काफी है क्यों नहीं जीपीएस सिस्टम लागू करवाया जाता है पब्लिक ट्रांसपोर्ट
बहुत अच्छा सवाल है
दूसरा सवाल सर मेरा
नहीं और ये हम लोगों ने किया इसीलिए I did sort of read the written script नहीं हमने मतलब जो लिखित वो पढ़ा है ये जीपीएस भी हमने इंस्ट्रक्शन दिया वो ट्रांसपोर्ट कमिश्नर के साथ हमारी 2 मीटिंग हुई ट्रांसपोर्ट कमिश्नर के साथ हमारी 2 मीटिंग हुई पुलिस कमिश्नर भी थे तो हमने ये इंस्ट्रक्शन दिया है कि जीपीएस रहेंगे हर एक बस पर हर एक ऑटो पर जी
सर मेरा एक सवाल और है सर क्योंकि मैं जहाँ तक सोचता हूँ सर जहाँ तक मुझे समझ में आ रहा है क्योंकि अगर पब्लिक ट्रांसपोर्ट को अगर यहाँ पे ठीक ढंग से होता तो शायद मुझे लगता है कि बस में रात में अकेले में ना चलना चाहता
again another thing. Now, so that is another point which I raised with the transport commissioner and which I said must happen, and that is to put more buses on the routes at night, especially the routes which are more frequent. So that is another point which we have raised.
Sir, मेरा सवाल ये है
Okay,
let me ask a question. Sir, just now given interview, Mrs. Sheila Dixit, the Chief Minister of Delhi, has said that the police should immediately take action against themselves and those who are guilty for it. Has there been any probe? Has there been any looking within where you have found some people erring or guilty? Because this is the Chief Minister on record.
Now, I told you, we looked at it, and I will not close it by saying that, yes, I mean, what we have looked at is final. We are still sort of going into it further. From what I have looked at, Prama SI, one question which I had in mind was the response of the PCR vans. As to whether the response could have been faster. So I asked for these times as to what was the time of the reporting and what was the time of arrival of the PCR van, and I was told 4 minutes. Now that I think is outstanding. The other is regarding this. There's another question that could they have reached earlier? It's a difficult question to answer because 4 minutes I think is quite. Okay. The second thing is investigation. Was the investigation prompt? And was the investigation effective? I think it was. So while I will not say that yes, we have sort of closed the matter and said that yes, nobody is responsible. Prima facie, as of now, it seems that on both these accounts, I mean, these people can't be faulted. Thank you.
Just one moment, I'm coming. Just one moment.
Are you planning to propose some amendment so that there can be more stringent punishment for such crimes? And also, are you planning to, deflect some police persons from those who are on VIP duties for the safety of public?
Now, as far as the first question, first, as far as the amendment is concerned, there is an amendment. We have proposed an amendment to the laws of crimes against women. We have proposed amendments which will make it less painful for women to come forward, which will make sure that the trials are conducted more speedily. As far as enhancing of punishment, which is the main crux of your question is concerned, it's already live. Now the enhancement will mean hanging, the death penalty. That is something about which there is already some people are raising questions, debates about whether there should be a capital punishment at all or not. So that is something which we will have to take a view on. That was the first part of your question. What was the second part of your question? Now, as far as the VIP duties are concerned, we have sanctioned a separate strength for security purposes, for security duties. That is about 7,300 or 7,400 odd people has been given a separate sanction. Against that 7,400, the number of people who are deployed is about, I think, 7,200. Now that includes everything. That includes security of the Supreme Court, the High Court, the various the institutions around Delhi, as well as security for those who are in the X, Y, Z and Z plus category. Now the number of people who are in the X, Y, Z and Z plus category is just about 2,700 odd. Am I right? 2,700. So basically, point number one, there is a separate strength sanction for it. So it does not come from their normal policing strength. And number two, the present deployment is within that strength, is slightly less than that strength. So there is no diversion.
Yes, please, sir.
Sir, I'm seeing all the measures that you just listed out. None of these measures need any amendment in any law, right? Same set of people can do it. So don't you think that it was lax on the part of the police that they were not doing it? They were allowing loitering. They were allowing these buses to fly. You are saying that in 2 days, 1,600 such illegal buses have been impounded. These buses were on the road. So how do you generate, Mr. Commissioner, and say that there was no laxity on his part? Even before this, there were many prosecutions. What has been done, as is pointed out, is that we are intensifying our activity on these lines. So that's what we will be doing, and that we expect to have an impact, which I think is necessary in this town. I think all of us will agree. I think all of us will agree that here we need to sort of get more stringent and tougher.
All the measures that you listed, when you asked further about them, you said we are still doing them, but we are going to intensify them. You did not mention anything which is going to change, essentially. That's what. No. Second point is, according to charge sheet, you never got into conviction as a commissioner. Third, if you recall, this is corrected. If you recall your speech at
one question at a time, otherwise what will happen?
The point is, one is the conviction part, one is the conviction, which is a larger question where you require more courts and a lot of other infrastructure. Second point is that what exactly are you doing that something will change?
First question about the convictions. Now the conviction percentage in 2011 was 41.5% in Delhi, whereas the All India average was 26.4%. Now, women, against crime, in the molestation of women, the conviction percentage is 42.9%, whereas all India it was 27.7%. So the conviction percent is higher. But your question is something else. Just hold. I'm coming to that. And your question is about steps. So I think the Chief Minister has already and the courts have also said that they are setting apart 5 fast-track courts for trying cases against women. That will help majorly. As to what is going to change, now the laws were all there. Well, laws are the same. That's everywhere. What is going to change is the attitude. What is going to change is the proactiveness and the lack of any tolerance whatsoever. That's what's going to change.
And so when I spoke about conviction,
पहले मूविंग कार रेट भी हुआ जिसमें 2 घंटे तक 2 साल पहले घटना हुई तो उसमें 2 घंटे तक घूमते और रेट होता रहा उस समय कहा गया करते अदालत मेंटेन करता था इस बार कार में हुआ
बस में
हाईकोर्ट बस में हुआ उसमें हाईकोर्ट के आदेश के बाद आपने हटाया उस समय भी नहीं सोचा अभी फिर आपके अधिकारी
नहीं उसके पहले भी ये सही नहीं है उसके पहले भी टिंटेड ग्लासेस वाले बहुत सारे बसेस पर प्रोसिक्यूशन हुए कितने 2 लाख
My question is to the commissioner. So there were media reports. There was a carpenter complaining to PCR van about the same accused man half an hour ago. He has been robbed by them 7,000 rupees. And what was the response from that particular PCR before this raid? He did not report. He did not report. It is we who traced him. Because when we caught the accused confessed to that incident. It is we who traced that man, Ramadhar Singh, and he did not report the matter to the police.
अभी आपने कई स्टेप्स बताए, क्या इसके बाद ये पुलिस कमिश्नर और आप ये एश्योरेंस देंगे कि दिल्ली में इस तरह की वारदात अब दोबारा नहीं होगी, दिल्ली के लोग सेफ फील करेंगे आने वाले समय में, क्योंकि ये घटना लास्ट हो?
ये हम आपको बताएंगे कि इसके बाद दिल्ली के लोग ये महसूस करेंगे कि हाँ साहब सो पुलिसिंग जैसी होनी चाहिए वैसे है और दिल्ली के लोग सेफ मूव करेंगे, सेफ फील करेंगे किसी भी समय, चाहे ये वेदर दे आर लेडीज और मेन, they will all feel safe moving at any point of time in the day or night at any place. That is something which is our objective. तो हमारा यह ऑब्जेक्टिव है कि चाहे वो लेडी हो या जेंटलमैन हो, किसी भी क्षेत्र में दिन के रात के किसी भी समय मूव करने में वो सेफ महसूस करेंगे, ये इंश्योर करेंगे, ये हमारा ध्येय है।
सर मैं चाहता हूं जितना आपने कहा है अगर हमारे पुलिस इम्प्लीमेंट कर दे
एकदम करेंगे आप ये फील कीजिएगा, आप ये फील कीजिएगा, हमको नहीं
Second last question. This is the rarest of the rare rape cases ever witnessed. I guess in India it has never happened, never heard. So why are you still demanding life imprisonment? Why can't you demand death penalty? You remember there was a Malaysia case. The law is also if support to rarest of the rare case. You can go by. Why can't you amend?
It has to provide it the law. If you amend it, it can only be prospective. We can't amend it retrospectively. As I said, adding death penalty will examine it. As I said, on death penalty, there are many people, large numbers of jurists and human rights activists who say that capital punishment is bad, etc. Now, I don't agree with them. I think that capital punishment is necessary, but that's what you have. And they managed to marshal people to talk on that. Yes.
Okay, the Delhi Chief Minister has said that this incident once again highlights the need to make Delhi police accountable to the CM of Delhi and not to the Home Ministry. Is there any such proposal that the Home Ministry has received or is being considered? The Delhi police.
We have received no such proposal. Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.